cold and jagged stone. The comfort of the modern world is suddenly unknown. The sin of sweat and iron and the taunts of mocking kings, rising through the darkness that the heavy blindness brings. I'm Samson now, the Nazarite, with a spirit once so bold, whose secret for 1,000 silver pieces had been sold. The copper chains are heavy and my eyes no longer see, a prisoner of the passions that have stolen liberty. They drag me to the temple where the pagan idols stand, to make sport of the fallen judge who once ruled o'er the land. Where is your God? They're laughing as they feast and drink their wine, while I stand amidst the shadows of a glory once divine. My hair begins to stir again, a prickle on my brow, remembering the covenant and the broken sacred vow. Oh Lord, I whisper softly, just remember me once more, as I feel the massive pillars and the coldness of the floor. I'm leaning on the structure where the pride of Dagon dwells, hearing in the silence how the Spirit's power swells. The world is but a temple, but the promise is the brace, a remnant of the mercy in the middle of disgrace. The witness feels the muscles start to burn with ancient fire, rising from the ashes of a wasted wild desire. I place my hands upon the stone, the center of the hall, prepared to give my life away to see the darkness fall. With one last cry of sacrifice, I thrust against the weight and feel the foundations tremble at the turning of the faith. The cedar beams are snapping and the roof begins to groan, as the idols of the Philistines are shattered and overthrown. I'm leaning on the structure where the pride of Dagon dwells, hearing in the silence how the Spirit's power swells. The world is but a temple, but the promise is the brace, a remnant of the mercy in the middle of disgrace. Look up, witness, see the pillars start to bend, a story of the broken man that God can still defend. From the weakness of the flesh to the triumph of the end, a message of the broken life that mercy chose to mend. He died to kill the enemy and set his people free, a shadow of the greater King who died for you and me. The vision starts to flicker, the witness starts to wake, the feeling of the heavy chains lingering for his Spirit's sake. He sits up in his bed, the room is quiet and still, remembering the fallen stones and the power of his will. A voice like many waters echoes through the room, shaking out the shadows and the lingering of the gloom. The dust of Gaza's temple's gone, the cedar scent is faint, fading like the pigment of a weathered ancient paint. The witness breathes the modern air, heavy and so cold, carrying the secrets that the living waters hold. The room say I am. The witness looks up and without hesitation replies, "You're God. You're God."